Hello, everybody, and this is an episode of Beeswarm Gaming, new game, Beekeepers. I have seen a couple of partial videos from the Beeswarm people on YouTube. They brought this up, and it kind of looked, truthfully, a little corny, but it just kept popping up, and Beesmas isn't here yet, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna search for it. And I search for it and I'm like, it's not coming up. So and I go on to Google, right? And the thing goes, it was here, but then it's not here. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like what the heck's going on? How can it be playing a game? Is this a like a secret underground type of thing, right? I don't know how I got here, but I got here. And then I'm like, okay, well, it seems to be a newer game. There's a lot of codes coming out. It seems like they're really pushing it. And I'm like, well, you know what? Instead of like just trying to walk around with a bunch of other people, because I actually see some of my friends are playing, and it's always kind of cool to get in the ground up. I got myself a private server. Yes, so if you are one of my friends, come into my private server. It might be better. I know nothing about this game. I know absolutely nothing. I have not even watched a full video on this because I'm already playing two other games. I got Beeswarm. It's a very good account. Not a great account, but it's good. As of this video, I'm close to the gummy boots, man. Yeah, yeah, the gummy boots. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody says that they're close to the gummy boots, or somebody's wearing the gummy boots, or somebody says, "Hey, I'm I'm heading up to get the gummy boots," the first thing in your mind should be saying is that, yeah, they need to keep playing Beastworm. I'm also playing YBA, Your Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, that game takes some time too, and if you see my other videos out on that, you'd be like, hey, Beastworm Master 1, don't stop playing that. You've invested way too much, well, let's just say you've invested way too much. But anyway, you can't stop, David. You can't stop. Beeswarm, you gotta keep going. So, let's just get into this. It's going to do what I know, what every game does. But you know what? I kind of like what every game does. So let's start. It's just like Beeswarm. You got the shovel and you got, well, not the nap snack, but you got that pack that your parents give you like when you start school, except it doesn't have like the Power Rangers and all the other cartoon stuff. All right, so let's start. Welcome to Beekeepers. I'm going to do this in my own words. I'm not going to read it verbatim like other people do. Welcome! This is an interactive tutorial, and the bee smiles because when he frowns, he's like, hey, welcome to my world. This is my world, baby. Oh, look, it looks exactly almost kind of like the other ones. This is the world of Beetopia, aka Utopia is humans. This is Beetopia. Let's go down. And let's keep going. Walk over to one. And there's no of the boosters, so I don't know. Let's see stuff over here, and this has to be an NPC. So actually, let's get closer to him. Let's go over here. And like the other game, press E for the hive. There we go. And that must be what they call the queen bee. Yes, the queen bee. Visit a field to collect pollen. The queen, of course, is responsible. And she's twirling around because that's how she makes my larvae. She's doing it right now. And that is a pretty icky, gross looking larvae. Kind of looks like she pooped it out. But hey, it is what it is. When this timer runs out, it turns into a bee. And this is kind of cool. So there's going to be six, or you make six around it. In this case, the bee is surrounded by six colorless common bees. Okay. A larva next to a common bee gives, okay. Um, so common bees makes it a higher chance of becoming a legendary bee. And So if it's colorless, it can become colorless. If it's blue, it can be blue. Red, it can be red. This larvae would most likely become a colorless legendary bee. This larvae is surrounded by 6 colorless legendary bees. Okay. The bees becoming colorless makes the larvae grow more. Okay, so we kind of get the concept. We kind of get the concept. These look like diamond bees. Okay. But only Buzzy Bee is common, and Buzzy Bee is always colorless, which means it will most likely become a colorless common. But if it grew into a rare or higher, it's more likely to be blue. You can also feed your larvae some treats. Different treats boost different things. They can make your larvae grow faster or have a higher chance of growing as a legendary. Oh, look, your larvae grew up. Oh, it's a basic bee, kind of like the other bee swarm. Okay, I gotta stop comparing one to the other because they're two different games. This fuzzy friend will always stick by you. Okay, goes to a field with you. Hey, kind of got a rose field down here and a sunflower field. But it's called the daffodil field. On field, you can click or tap to collect pollen with your collector. Head over to the field and collect some pollen. Okay. Visit a pollen to collect some pollen. Alright. We're going to go over here. And let's talk to this guy. Not yet, bro. Alright, so I'm going to do some pollinating. I'm going to walk around and I'm going to make you guys a follow-up video. But let me get some pollen first. And then let's do like some more stuff. I don't want this video to go on like forever and ever, but it looks like the tutorial is going to keep going. Yeah, this brings me back to the days of Beeswarm at the very beginning. I'm shoveling and I'm shoveling and I'm shoveling pollen into my pack. Oh man, for 242 pollen. Oh my goodness, 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 goodness. Look at that, my friends already see me in here. That's awesome. Convert the pollen. Alright. You have 6 main stats. This is important. Collect amount. This is how much pollen your bee can collect. Collect rate. This is how long it takes you to collect. So you got the amount you get, how fast it can convert. Oh, convert rate. This is how long it takes for your bees to convert the pollen to honey. Capacity. This is how much pollen the bee can hold before having to give you pollen. Wait. So the number up here is what you hold or how much the bee holds? And finally, damage. This stat isn't used yet. Okay. You can click the bee to view its stats at any time. So let's do that. Okay, it collects 36 pollen in 2 seconds. It stores 192 pollen. Can converts 482.7 pollen in 2.5 seconds. Okay. Great, now that you have the basics of the bees, let's have a look around. Okay, so this is butterfly. You talk to them, they'll give you a quest. You get a reward. Sometimes you'll get beeswax as a reward. You can start with plus. This is the shop. You buy tools and equipment. Randomize stats. The possible grades are trash, admin, decent. Okay, so that kind of is explanatory. You know, trash is, well, and decent is, well, well-rounded quality and perfect. You can use gathering tools to get better grades. That's all for the tutorial. Alright, people. Thanks for watching. I will do what I have to do, and I will see you in the next video.